yourself. And then let's start on your backs. And as you settle in on your back, some of you may have seen I taught a birthday party over the weekend to a group of people I didn't know. And so I always teach kind of a gentler, more accessible class when I don't know the group. And as I was teaching it, I thought, this feels really lovely just to not do anything crazy. And I thought because it's Thanksgiving this week, it might be nice to do the same thing this morning. So as you settle in, just take a moment right now and think about something that you do on a regular basis that makes you happy. Some of you guys answered this on my social media posts, but you can think about it to yourself. So maybe it's playing with your new puppy or drinking your daily cup of coffee or tea. You know, right now, sometimes it feels like it's hard to find those little moments of happiness. But if you can find one thing on which to focus here, just take a moment and notice how focusing on that one thing makes you feel. Maybe you notice physical sensations as you think of that thing you do often that makes you happy. Maybe a softening of the face, maybe a softening of the belly. Even notice the quality of your breath. And then just start to focus on your breath. And as you do that, count the length of the inhale. And just roughly match the length of the exhale to the length of the inhale. It doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe noticing if the breath starts to slow down, you extend the count. And just let go of the count. Just notice how your breath and your body feel. And stretch the arms up by the ears. Give yourself a nice stretch. Just enjoy that length you're creating throughout your whole body. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. And just take some movement here, nice and easy. You have a little bit of time, so maybe you're just rocking side to side. Maybe you're circling the knees around a little bit. And just take another breath with whatever movement you're taking. And then we'll just meet with the knees hugged back in towards the chest in stillness. Keep the right knee hugged in, extend the left leg onto the mat. And then just take some movement with your right foot and ankle, maybe some circles, one direction. And then opposite direction. And just bring the foot to stillness, pause with the knee hugged in. And then just a really small movement, take that knee to the right, just a little bit to hug the right knee towards the right armpit. And then bring the knee back to center and then just take it towards the left armpit. So you're gonna stay on your back. So just gently drawing that leg to the left a little bit. And then pull that knee back to center. Bring the left knee up to meet it. And just take a breath there, both knees hugged in. And then keep the left knee in, extend the right leg out. Take some circles with the left ankle and foot. And then opposite direction. And then just bring the foot to stillness, pause there. And then that small movement, just taking the knee towards the left armpit a little bit. And then bring the left knee through center and just gently take the left knee over to the right. So again, really small movement, staying on the back. And then bring that knee back to center. Bring the right knee up to meet it. Just take a breath there. Notice how you're feeling. And then keep the knees bent. Drop the feet down to the mat. Setting up for bridge here. Just take the arms by the sides. On the inhale, roll up into bridge. And exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, down. Maybe adding arms this time. Inhale as the hips lift, maybe arms go up by the ears. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then keep the knees bent, walk the feet wider than the hips. Take the arms by the sides or out to a T, I'm sorry. And then just windshield wiper the knees side to side. Now bring the knees up to center, hug them towards the chest, and just rock yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Just sit up nice and tall here. Take your chin towards your chest and roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Just notice how the left side of your neck feels here. And maybe extend the left fingertips out so that left arm is just extended straight out from the shoulder. Notice the left side of the neck with the arm in that position. And then flip your left palm towards the ceiling and just tuck your left hand underneath you so you're sitting on your left hand. Just notice how that changes sensation in the left side of the neck. Might even gets a little bit to the front of the neck and the chest there. And then just return your left hand to your lap. Take your chin down towards your chest. Pull the left ear to the left shoulder and pause there. I'm going to send the left fingertips out to the left. I'm sorry, right fingertips. Whew, I'm having a hard time this morning, you guys. And then flip the right palm up, tuck that hand underneath you. And then just release the hand, take the chin down to the chest, and lift your head to neutral. Take some shoulder rolls up and back. And then take your arms out to a T. Take your right arm over your left arm. Give yourself a hug. And take your arms to a T. Just change sides, left arm over right. And take your arms to a T. Just drop them down by the sides. Take shoulder rolls the opposite direction. And then just change the cross of the legs. So the opposite shin comes in front. Take your arms up by your ears, hook the thumbs at the top, and just take a side bend over to your right. And then come through center, take it to the other side. And then come back up to center, just release the arms down by the sides. And then your choice of wrist movement here. You can just take some circles with the wrist, or maybe you interlace the fingers and take some figure eights. Maybe like those circles in front of the chest. So whatever feels best for you. You're going one direction, go both directions. And then just take your hands next to your hips, extend your legs out in front of you. And then take your right heel between your left big toe and second toe. So you're kind of just stacking the feet one on top of the other. I know it's a little funky. I feel just a little stretch in the backs of my legs. Some people don't feel much here. It just depends on your body. I think it also feels nice on the feet and the ankles. And then just change sides. Stack the left foot on top. And then uncross that and just bend the knees, take the feet wider than the hips here. And just like we did laying down, just windshield wiper your knees side to side. You can just kind of roll off to the side of the hip as the knees go that direction. And then the next time the knees are over to the right, you're gonna stay there. So you're in this kind of pinwheel shape with the knees, or kind of 90-degree angle bend for both of them. You guys got it. And then just extend your arms straight out from the shoulders and rest your fingertips down. Just a couple breaths right here. And then we'll just come back through center. So draw the knees through center, take the torso through center, and then drop your knees over to the left, finding that pinwheel shape to the other side. Just extend the arms out and hold there. And then just come back to center with both knees up. Take the fingertips behind you. You can adjust the legs to whatever feels comfortable as far as the foot position. Then we're gonna take cat-cow here. So on your inhale, lift the chest, maybe take the gaze up. And then on the exhale, curl the spine. And you can just adjust the position of the hands if you need to. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, curl and round. And then just go up to neutral. You can cross your shins or maybe take your feet to the side and make your way up into tabletop. Once you're there, let's take some circles with the hips. So take them to the right, back towards the heels and around. So just taking any circular motion that feels good. Maybe the circles are small, or maybe they're big, and you go all the way back, almost like a child's pose. And then just circle the opposite direction. And then just come to neutral in your tabletop. Inhale, take your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, curl the spine. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend, hold the leg there. Maybe the left arm goes by the ear. You have 2 breaths. And then return the left hand to the mat and take the right foot to the back left corner of the mat and lower the ball of the foot down. Just look over the left shoulder. And then just take your head back to neutral. Bend your right knee and snuggle your right knee behind your left knee so your shins are still crossed in this tabletop position. I know it's hard to see me. And then once you're there, if you want, you can take your hips back toward your heels. So you're kind of taking this cross shin child's pose. Maybe forearms drop down. And then just bring your upper body back to tabletop. Uncross the legs so you're back in tabletop fully, and just wiggle your hips side to side. And then inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hug. Inhale, extend, hold it there. Maybe the right arm is by the ear. And then return the right hand to the mat. Take the left foot to the back right corner of the mat and look over your right shoulder. And then just turn your head back forward. Bend your left knee so you're snuggling your left knee behind your right knee for that cross shin tabletop. And then maybe the hips go back to the heels for that cross shin child's pose. And then bring your upper body back to tabletop, shoulders over wrists. Uncross your shins and then take a wiggle of your hips side to side. And then hips back to heels for a regular child's pose. Maybe this feels welcomed after that strange variation. Just take a couple breaths. Just feel the spine curl forward gently. And then make your way up through tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. First downward facing dog. Just do whatever you'd like here. Little wiggle, little dance. And then when you're ready, walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Forward fold at the front of the mat. Let's just take a little hold here. So bend the knees really deeply for this first one. Let the top of the head hang. Maybe reach for opposite elbows and sway. Then release your hands down to the mat. On your inhale, lift up halfway. Then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up, nice slow movement. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And then exhale, step to downward facing dog. forward into plank. Drop your knees immediately to the mat, and then come all the way down to your belly. Lift your head and your shoulders for a very, very gentle cobra. Just hold there for a breath. And then lower the head and shoulders. Turn your head to the right. Rest your left cheek on the mat just for a breath. And then turn your head back to center. Lift the head and the shoulders again. Maybe just a slightly bigger cobra, but not a lot of effort. And then lower everything down. Turn your head to the left, right cheek to the mat. And then turn your head back to center. One last time, lift head and shoulders. Maybe hover the hands off the mat. And then lower everything down. Press up through tabletop into downward facing dog. Now take the right leg up and back behind you. Bring the foot between the hands, drop the back knee down. Your choice for arms here. So maybe hands come to the top of the right thigh, or maybe the arms go up by the ears. And if the hands are on the thigh, just take the arms up by the ears. Take the right palm to the low back and twist to the right. So you can take the left hand to the outside of your right thigh. And then unwind that, bring the arms back up by the ears. Take the hands down to frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. You can stay in the lunge with the front knee bent, or straighten the right leg for a modified pyramid. And then just rebend your front knee if it's straight. Step back to downward facing dog. And then take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands. Drop the back knee down. Again, your choice, hands to the top of the left thigh or arms up by the ears. I think most of you know I'm training to walk a half marathon. I walked 10 miles yesterday. And my legs are feeling it this morning. I don't know why. Thank goodness for yoga. If your hands are on the top of the thigh, take the arms up by the ears, and then take the left hand to the low back, twist to the left. And then come back to center. Take both arms by the ears. Hands frame the front foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. You can pause there in the lunge or straighten your front leg for that modified pyramid. And then if your front leg is straight, just re-bend it. This time, bring your right foot forward to meet your left foot. So you're in a standing forward fold at the front of your mat. And then bend the knees, take the hips all the way to the heels so you're in a tiny little squat on the balls of your feet. Your fingertips can stay down or maybe hands come to the heart. And then take the hands down to the mat, straighten the legs, lift the hips so you're back in a standing forward fold. And then just plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. And then take the right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, come up to warrior two, take your arms to a T. We'll take a little bit of movement with breath here. So inhale, straighten the front leg, arms up. Exhale, bend the knee, lower the arms. Inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, bend and lower. Keep the lower body where it is. Inhale, reverse arms, right arm up and back. And exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm by the ear. Inhale, reverse, right arm up and back. Exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm by the ear. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down and just go straight to downward facing dog. We'll go straight to the other side, left leg up and back. Foot between the hands, back heel down. Warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms up. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, bend and lower. Keep your legs where they are. Inhale, reverse, left arm up and back. Exhale, bring it forward, left forearm to thigh, right arm by the ear. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, forward. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands framing the foot. Bring your back foot forward, standing forward fold, top of the mat. Bend your knees again, hips to heels. Come into that tiny little squat. Hands can stay down. Maybe they come back to prayer. You can hold here if you want to try it. Twist your torso to the right. Pause there for a breath. And then come forward if you've twisted, and twist the torso to the left. And then come back forward. Ooh, fall if you're like me. Take your hands to the mat, straighten the legs, lift the hips. And then step back to downward facing dog, just so you can drop your knees and come into a child's pose. Let's check and see how you're feeling. We haven't done anything too crazy this morning. Like I said, sometimes that just feels nice to move with ease into positions that we know. Something very comforting about that. Like we could all use a little bit of comfort right now. And then make your way back into down dog. Walk your feet and your hands towards each other so you're in a forward fold at the center of your mat. On your inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reach up. And on the exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. And then just take your right leg into your variation of tree pose. Maybe the ball of the foot stays down. Maybe it elevates somewhere. And then if you want, take the arms up by the ears. Bend the left elbow, so the left hand comes to the middle of the upper back or behind the neck. And then take your right hand, reach for your left elbow. And maybe if you're feeling a little daring, you very gently take a side bend towards the right, towards your bent knee. Because you're lucky, all I can see is your legs, so I don't know if you were daring or not. Only you know. And then come back upright, take your arms by your ears. Bring your hands to your heart. Hug the right knee towards the center of the chest. And then just lower that foot down. Now let's take a little shake out. Just arms, legs, head, shake everything out. Oh, I like how you're adjusting your camera. Oh, you're turning it off. Bring your hands to your heart. Take your left leg into your variation of tree pose. And maybe the arms go up by the ears. Maybe you bend that right elbow, take the left hand to the right elbow. And maybe take that gentle side bend to the left. And then come back upright, extend both arms up. Bring the hands down to the heart. Hug that knee towards the center of the chest. And then just lower the foot, lower the arm, shake everything out. And then back to mountain pose, right in the center of the mat where you are. On your inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, come into plank and immediately drop your knees to the mat. Lower all the way down to your belly. Come forward into Sphinx pose, so draw those forearms forward, elbows under the shoulders. And then lower the head and shoulders down, draw the hands back by the sides of the rib cage. Press yourself up to tabletop. And then walk your hands towards the front of the mat as you melt your forehead and your heart down for puppy. And then walk the hands back under the shoulders for table. Take any movement here that feels good. Maybe it's wiggling the hips side to side or taking some of those circles we took in the beginning. Maybe a little bit of cat-cow. And then make your way into child's pose again. And then make your way up through tabletop just so you can come to a comfortable cross-legged position. We're gonna come into a little fold hold here. So you may like to have a block to rest your forehead on. It's personal preference. So once you're seated in your comfortable seat, you can just take your fingertips in front of you and then you can stay upright or start to walk forward any amount. So maybe you come to forearms, maybe you take that block, I know it's hard to see, on the tallest setting and rest your forehead on it. Some of you maybe medium setting for the block. And then just take your time as you walk your hands back. Lift your torso and just come to an upright position. Rest your hands in your lap and close your eyes. Just notice how your body feels. Texture of the breath. And then change the cross of the legs. So the opposite shin comes in front. We'll take the same thing on this side. So you can stay upright or start to walk the fingertips forward and come to whatever you feel comfortable with. This side may feel different for you, so you may have to pick a different option. And then again, take your time as you walk your hands back. Lift your chest, come upright, and just pause there again in that upright position. And then just take a gentle twist over to your right. So your right hand can come behind you. Just let that left hand come wherever it falls. Keep this really soft. And then as you hold here, just like we did in the beginning, start to count your breath. Just count the length of the inhale. Roughly match the exhale to the same count. Notice if the count is the same or different as the beginning. And then let go of the count. Just unwind the twist. Bring your torso forward. Rest your hands in the lap. Same thing. Just pause upright and forward. And then maybe change the cross of the legs, opposite shin in front. And then take a gentle twist over to the left. Taking that same count here as you hold in this twist. Then slowly unwind the torso and let go of the count of the breath. One more moment here, just seated upright. And then just unwind your legs, make your way to the front of the mat so you can come all the way back to your back. We'll meet with the knees hugged in towards the chest once you make your way onto your back. And then you decide if you stay with the knees hugged in or if you extend the legs straight up towards the ceiling as if you were doing legs up the wall. And then if you took the legs straight up, just bend the knees, hug them in towards the chest. Maybe take a happy baby, or maybe just stay here with the knees gently hugged in. And if you're in happy baby, one final hug of the knees. And then just release your legs, come into Shavasana, wherever you would like to end class. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles and wrists. Reach your arms up by your ears. Give yourself a nice big stretch. And then roll off to one side, pause there with your eyes closed. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. Press into your top hand, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Eyes closed, hands at the heart. Just pause here with the eyes closed. I'm going to give you a little bit of yogi homework if you choose to do it. Maybe this week you reach out to two people in your life and just let them know how grateful you are for them. And maybe it's someone you don't talk to a lot. So it might be obvious to pick your spouse, somebody that you see all the time, but maybe you pick someone that you don't often get to tell them how you feel. I am grateful for each of you for what you bring to me. I think you have no idea how special you are to me. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.